The downside of being attractive is they don't even try. She's out of my league. She's not gonna give me the time of the day.
It would take a lot of investment for her to choose him if she doesn't desire him already. I remember one guy when I went to drama school, he was in the year above me. There was this girl in my year, really attractive girl. He was a great guy, average looking guy. He messaged her and talked to her every day for like 3 or 4 months before she went on a date with him. Now from that, they ended up being in a relationship for like 2 and a bit years. But that's what it took for him to even get to a point, give so much investment just for her to even give the opportunity. Personally for me, I would not do that. Either there's a level of reciprocal desire here, and then it's like, cool, then I'll make the effort to see where it goes. But if there isn't, that's all good. I wish you the best. Nothing but love for you, right? So I think if a guy sees a girl that he really feels is out of his league, he's like, okay, I'd have to put so much work just for her to get to this point where I'm at now, where I'd even just give it a chance. And then even then, you don't even know if she's going to be a good person or not. Sure, you get the really good looking girl. That's the thing. It's not even guaranteed.
But then nothing is guaranteed, is it?
Well, exactly, which is why they don't try.
So I just seen a video of a guy. He was attractive too, and he said, let me tell you something. I don't approach attractive, well put together women in public. And he lists the reasons why he doesn't. He says if she's attractive, she's put together, she got her nails done, her hair done, she may be expensive, she probably already got a guy. And he goes on to this whole list of assumptions. Basically, they're assumptions, because the reality is you don't know if that woman does her own hair, does her own nails, pays for her own hair, pays for her own nails. You don't know if she's single. Do you know there are a lot of attractive women out here that are single? Me? You don't know. So you're assuming that a person is single or not single based on their attractiveness. So you say all ugly people are single? Do we all not know some people that are not so attractive that are in relationships? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I feel like y'all be tricking yourself out your own spot. And to me, if you are a man that is afraid to approach me or just to alleviate some of your assumptions, then you're not masculine enough for me. Because the most that she can say is that she's in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or just get to know somebody without assuming first. But y'all assume, y'all trick yourself out of your spot. Then you get with a woman that you really don't like, but you were just bored. She looked available, but guess what? She the most, she need the most money. She need this for this, you know what I'm saying? Like you assume the girl that look put together need all your money, but all reality is the girl that's looking broken, bust down is the one who need all your damn money. The girl that put together, put herself together. Let's do better, man. I need to find men to come up to me. Don't be scared. I don't bite.
He don't want the spot. You ain't masculine enough for me. He don't want you. He didn't come up to you. He's not over there in your face. It's a done deal. He's not over there. He did not want to approach you. He looked at you. He said, I don't want to take care of all of that. I don't want to hear about, can I have some money for this? Are you going to pay for that? I don't want to do that. I don't want a woman that's materialistic. Oh, well, you can at least come talk to me. I don't want to. That's my right. Don't y'all have preferences? Don't y'all have rights?
So I just wanted to say this, like, I understand that, like, pretty women joke about, like, men coming up to them and them acting crazy or, like, acting like they're incoherent. But I will say, I'm at this resort and this man came up to this girl and he wasn't the cutest, I will say. And she was a beautiful lady. He just tapped her on the shoulder to talk to her and she just started screaming, like, ah! And it was, like, so fucked up and rude. I had to look at him and apologize on her behalf. Ladies, if you're not attracted to a guy, that's fine, but you never want to be somebody's 13th reason because that rejection sticks with somebody. Don't be a fucking asshole just because you're beautiful. Like, have some decorum, babes. You screaming in a public space is never going to be attractive. You just made yourself go from a 10 to a 4, the way you just treated that young man. And you know what, sir? I'm so sorry that even happened to you. If you see this, just know your time is coming.
I don't have to.
Okay.
And it don't take nothing away from you.
But that wasn't the question. She was saying men don't approach women anymore.
Because
And
after 10, 20, 30 years, listen, after decades of men approaching women, and I use one example of me, a personal example, but after decades of men approaching women and getting clowned for it, I didn't come here for that. Go to the club. I ain't come here for that. Try to holler at you at church. I didn't come here for that. Try to talk to you in the grocery store. I didn't come here for that. Try to talk to you in the parking lot. Now I'm a creep. Now I'm stalking. Now I'm all of this and that. No, ma'am. Okay, we get the message. You put the yield sign up. You put the stop sign. We were taught to stop when we hear and see.
No lies told. No lies told.
Some viral stuff. You know how we've been talking about women who don't get picked? Attractive girls who are going out. No one's paying them any attention and they're starting to get heated about it. Well, this one went viral. Ooh. Coming in hot.
I better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so sick of this.
Oh my God.
Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very simple.
She's so mad. Okay, why is she mad? Well, because she got all dolled up. See that tight fitted orange dress, right? Did her hair, went to the nail salon, got a special little mani-pedi, you know. Maybe did a little waxing because she thought she was going to get funky that night, you know, right? And she went out and no one is giving her any time. Attractive girl. So she's like, what is going on? She goes home, she looks in the mirror, she's like making sure. She's like, no, I look good, right? Asks her friends, like, is this look? Oh yeah, you look amazing, which they'll say even if she doesn't look amazing. But oh, honey, any guy would be just so lucky to have you. I know, right? And like, her and all her friends are just like, why? I told you, guys are tired. Guys are tired of you. They're tired of you pretending to want to take them seriously when you really just want the free drinks. They're tired of going up to you and you being like, thanks for the drink, you know, doing this game you do. Tired. They're tired of the takers. They're tired. They don't want to deal with any of that. They're tired of, oh, you know, you meet all of these qualifications, right? You know, you got all the qualifications and she's talking to you and she's like, oh, but, you know, there's this one thing. He has a boat and it's red and I don't like the color red. Oh, right. Because they feel like they can be so picky that they've got everything met, but they can just nitpick about everything, right? They're tired of you. You want guys to come up to you, change your attitude, change your strategy, treat them differently. And that's going to have to happen over a long period of time, right? It took decades to get here. Guys finally saying, I am done with you. And social media played a big part because now they go on socials and they see women talking all their crap. So they're like, oh, I know what's going on now behind the scenes. When I walk away after buying you that drink, I know you're making a fool out of me. They're like, I'm done. You're going to make a fool out of me? Honey, now I'm going to make a fool out of you. I'm going to sit at that bar. I'm going to drink my scotch. I'm not buying you nothing. I'm not even looking your way. That's what's going on. Change your attitude. It's going to take a long time for guys to feel like you've changed genuinely, and then you'll see. But for now, especially in the cities, guys are just sitting back with their drink and they're just letting this drama unfold. It's hilarious. It's like, you know, they're frazzled cats. Frazzled cats. Ooh, very entertaining. All right. This one also went extremely viral on, I think it was TikTok.
It's so unsettling to me as a woman walking down the street, getting catcalled and harassed by a man and then ignoring them. And then in turn, they get angry and start calling you the B word. Like, do you men not understand that we are scared of you? We literally fear you. As a woman, I'm scared of you. Especially if I'm walking anywhere alone, I'm scared of any man. I don't care if you're good looking, you're nice, you're sweet looking, I'm scared of you. So as a man, if you're watching this and you get ignored, even if you're trying to be nice by a woman on the street, it's not that she's trying to be rude. She's probably just scared.
Okay, unpopular opinion, but I get why men don't approach women in public anymore. Like, I get it. I've seen videos of men approaching women and women can just be so rude. Like, I get if you have a boyfriend. I get if you're not interested. But, like, look out for us. Because that moment that you reject him in the worst way, it's just like he's never going to do it again. And I hate that for us.
It's amazing how women don't realize that when they think like this, they are way too weak-minded. They don't realize that whatever man they think they're going to end up with is already on this earth. And if he paying attention to them, if he exists in their life, why would he want anything to do with them when this is how they carry themselves? They don't sound like they patient. Y'all don't sound like y'all want to last forever. Everything is for today. I think when they do shit like this, they don't realize how much it says. Like, you don't have the patience, but you also entitled. So you start to get angry like a kid. Y'all feel like y'all owe something. This is why you don't appreciate nothing a man is giving you. Y'all don't appreciate nothing, and it's clear. These women are telling you what they want you to do. They don't let it be your idea. They will try to put your clothes on for you. They will do what they want to do on your birthday. For some reason, women don't want to do nothing or give nothing to men if it ain't their idea. That's why they out here giving kids to men who don't want them. And if you ask for a gift from the store, you sassy. How dare you? Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
How dare you? And what he's discussing and really explaining is definitely the mark of women who are apart and definitely subscribed to the female loser epidemic. They want you to do this for them and that for them. They want to be involved in this and they want to be involved in that. And they want benefits from over here, but not the consequences or the problems of it. I want the benefit of this and I want you to make way for me to have the benefits of this type of stuff. But then I want you to move all of the consequences, all of the bad stuff, all of the icky stuff out of the way. And if you don't do that, you're not a real man. Who are you? You're nobody. Why would I care about your silly opinion? You're a loser.
I don't believe women like her actually know what they want. Cause do you really want girls to look at your man and be all like, oh, like telling her girlfriends like, oh, he wanted me first. I rejected him. Oh my God, he was in my DMs. He was so pushy, like he was harassing me. He only chose her because I didn't let him date me. That's how women talk. Women are gonna put your man's face in their group chat and talk about how he was so desperate and how he was begging her, right? And they're gonna be making fun of your man, right? They're gonna be making fun of you too, right? You don't need that fucking drama, so go for a fucking man who's not approaching random women. A smart man doesn't approach random women. I can promise you that. I can. Sometimes these women leave me speechless, even though they're all word vomiting the same thing. Like, it's highly predictable what these women are gonna say, but it's like,
my cousin asked me the other day, and he was just like, you be talking to all these fine girls. They all look good. Why you don't take none of them serious? Why don't you cuff them? And I'm going to explain to y'all a really good reason why I ignore so many of them. I was chilling with this girl one day, right? And I was trying to be vulnerable, you know? We was just I was trying to have a deep conversation. And I was telling her, like, ever since my godmother died, I haven't been the same. Things been messed up about me, you know? Like, my mental health hasn't been the same. I'll be feeling certain ways, like, it hurt me, it scarred me. Something I probably never healed from. In the midst of me talking about that and just telling her, like, how much I miss my godmother, she sat there and asked me, why you like rubbing my butt so much? I looked at her with the straightest face and I just stared at her for about 5 minutes straight. In the midst of me being vulnerable, talking about someone's death, she asked me, why do you like touching my butt so much? And I just looked at her. She was just like, what? Is it because it's fat? And she wasn't like playing. This was a dead serious question. She actually waited for her answer. And I was like, are you serious? You playing, right? And she was like, what? It's a question. Well, there's your answer. That's why I don't talk to these girls and take them serious. I don't care how good they look. Come on, man. Do better.
Ladies, we need to talk about the guys who do not acknowledge your ugly friend when you're out and about, but are ready to chat you up, okay? Because I'm seeing a bunch of TikToks about people talking about the most disheartening thing that guys do, and, you know, to women that they're not attracted to. And they keep mentioning how guys tend to, like, ignore women that they're not interested in, and how many of them want to humble women that they're not interested in. Okay, so I've been both the hot friend and the ugly friend. Like, this might be a shocker to some, but a lot of people don't like me as a chunky person. But my friends are all models, so I'm usually one of the less attractive people in my group. A guy who will patently ignore your ugly friend will never actually find value in you either, because they only find value in talking to you if they think that they're getting laid. think about that before you head home with them.
So one of the things I've been doing recently is just ignoring men who speak to me in public for no reason. Like, I'm clearly doing something, and then a man will just come up and start talking to me. And I had this happen yesterday in Santa Monica, and I was skating and just trying to cross the street, and he literally was like, hey, like, why is it easier to skate on those than it is to navigate a bike? And he's on a bike. And I'm clearly like trying to do something, and he sees that, but he just keeps talking, and then I just didn't say anything, and he seemed to be more and more agitated, which made me even more uncomfortable. And so I had to like look past him to see if there was cars coming to like skate. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm about to go and skate. But that's what I've been doing, and it's working, and I feel way more safer, and people around him just, you know, they can tell that I don't want to talk, and then they just start to watch us, and I feel safer. Anyways, let me know what have you guys been doing to just avoid unwanted attention in public, particularly from men, and how's that working out for you?
Well, this has got to be one of the biggest losers that I've encountered in these clips in recent memory. For a man to come up to you and say, hey, is it easier to get around on those things versus a bike? The proper thing as a human being would be to say, you know, I don't know. I really don't ride bikes. Oh, wow, man, I've been thinking about skating, but, you know, I don't know. I got a bike. Yeah, you're not really going anywhere. You're not doing anything. You're just walking. You have nowhere to be. There's nothing that you're doing that's important. Now, if you were going to work or you had a meeting that you had to get to, and I really got to go, you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's something I've been, you know, thinking about getting a bike and, you know, maybe test it out one day. Thinking, well, all right, I'll talk to you later. Right? And if he keeps on following you and not catching the hint, then that would be something, right? Because we don't know each other. I mean, I don't necessarily know you. You don't know me, right? We're having small talk. For me as a man, it's a little bit different because he could be walking right beside me and we have a conversation all the way until I get to my destination. It's just small talk. And I say, oh, okay, all right. Oh, you work here? Yeah, man, you know, I'm really late for a meeting. I'm trying to get in there, trying to change and, you know, get to that meeting. So I guess I'll holler at you later. All right, then. And that be it. But for modern women who can't think straight, who can't think critically, who are rude, who are losers, like this person right here, this is what you get out of them. Immaturity. This is the type of stuff that you get out of modern women. And they wonder why, well, you're not entitled to my time or you know, just me having a conversation with you. I'm great. Glad you said that. You're not entitled to my body, my protection, me sacrificing for you. If somebody comes across that street and lay you on your back, I can look down and be like, whoa, you really did hit her hard. I don't want to get hit, so I think I'm going to back up and go the other way. I'm going to pedal away on my bike. And then you're going to get on here and you're going to be like, now, why didn't the man show up? That man was in my face. See, he didn't do anything. How come he didn't fight that guy off? Well, did you forget that you was rude a couple seconds ago? As a matter of fact, you look past me. You look right through me like I didn't even exist. I wasn't a human to you. A loser. Loser Hall of Fame. I'll probably put her in the Loser Hall of Fame.
And don't approach women.
Do you smile?
And we're...
Okay, show me. Okay, let's play. I'm the guy. Let's do it. Let's do a little role play.
I need to know what I'm doing wrong.
I got to see.
I do.
I need to see your signal.
Okay.
Okay, your 5-second flirt. So the 5-second flirt
I'll
goes,
make a direct eye contact.
Okay, so eye contact, smile for 5 seconds.
Yes.
I'll count it, then look away, then look away.
Direct eye contact for 5 seconds?
That's what you have to do.
That's basically me making the first
And by
move.
the way, that's weeding out the hunters from the gatherers. So if you're looking at a man, he's not coming over, there's 4 reasons why. 1, okay, he's switch hitting for the wrong team.
Okay, yeah.
2, he's taken. He's girlfriend, wife, whatever.
Okay.
3, he is passive aggressive. You don't want those.
Like a little bitch?
No, he's feminine energy and he wants you to come
like
to
a
him.
little bitch. Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't call that a little bitch. I call that, like, a lot of them are shy.
You don't want a shy guy.
No, I
Okay,
call a shy guy
so
a
these are
little
the
bitch.
reasons why they don't come over.
Okay.
Or the fourth,
I'm unapproachable.
you're not his type. He likes brunettes.
The
Okay,
type
so
that I think that I'm not the type, or my
so those
type.
are the 4 reasons. Got the 4 reasons.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm going to do it with you. I'm the man. I'm like casually drinking,
Okay.
looking like who's your dream guy? Give me your
There's so
celebrity
many.
crush.
There's so
Come on,
many.
celebrity crush. What is it?
Who's the guy? Hardy. What's his name?
Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Oh, yeah, but he
So
kind of
hot.
likes boys. He made a comment about that.
What?
Yeah, Google it. It's not good.
He's
but
married.
I know, but he
To
liked
a really
boys.
hot
But a lot of
woman.
those boys that went to boys' schools, like he was like he's tested the water.
He's a little
but he's
gay.
married. But I
Still
love
hot.
him because Mobland is
Still
my
hot.
favorite show. Mobland is my favorite show.
So
okay,
hot.
all right. So
Okay.
all right. So he's married. Okay, forget that.
Okay.
There is a 2.0 version with better teeth with Tom Hardy. Okay, 2.0 version, and
Okay.
he's taller.
Still has an accent.
Yeah, but he's in the 6'1" category.
Okay.
He's
okay.
taller.
Hot.
Okay, but he's still got the British accent. Okay, he's still got the British
Okay.
accent. Okay, all right. So I'm at the club.
I'm nervous. I'm literally getting nervous.
Okay, we're getting. So I'm painting a picture. This is
Okay.
why I because
Okay.
you're only going to do this with the one you really want.
Okay.
Okay. So now you're not buzzed. You're calm. You've only had maybe half a drink.
Okay.
You're clear headed.
Okay.
I now spot you, and then I'm going to count, and you're going to smile. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
5 seconds is a long time.
Okay, now look away. Okay, now that sucked. So now pretend that sucked. You have no, you really need to be like.
Well, keys to getting through to a woman, if you're single, is she has to be more attracted to you than you are her. So how do you have that dynamic? You got to become attractive, bro. Here's a secret of mine. I don't holler at women. I haven't hollered at a woman in probably 3 years. I'll say about two years. I haven't approached a woman in 2 years. Let them pick you. They have to, because I'm not coming to you. Most people be like, oh, that's misogynistic. Hold on. So I need to holler at you to take you on a date, to pay all the bills, to put my life on the line, and I still got to holler at you to do all that? So I got to approach you to take you out to spend all my money. And if we get together, I got to pay all the bills. And then if somebody breaks in the house, I got to go fight the Why would I approach you? I'm the one with all the assets. That's why I don't approach women.
Why is being a big girl in a friend group on a night out such an exhausting experience? I went out last night with my friend, and all of my friends are 10 out of 10s, which I love for them and I love for me also. And it was so alarming to me how many men would come up to my friend trying to holler at her and completely ignore me. And this is not a new experience. I've experienced this multiple times, but it just alarmed me because I don't be going out like that. And I'm like, wow, people are still acting like this? Really? In 2024, the year of our Lord? And it's such an interesting tactic because I don't need you to entertain me. A simple hello introduction is fine, but completely ignoring my existence is just very odd to me. And it's a very interesting approach. It's do you think this is getting you brownie points with my friend? What? Because if it was me and you completely ignored one of my friends, it's a wrap. I'm never speaking to you. But when guys do that, I hold a grudge for life. Even if this goes somewhere, I will never acknowledge your existence in my entire life. I will stand on business till I die and never speak to you again. You couldn't speak to me at first jump. I will never speak to you again, truly. And I'm so glad that I have done work to just become more secure in myself, because I know I looked good as hell last night. Nobody can tell me otherwise, but I know back in the day, that would not have been the case. I would have felt so insecure. I would have felt so down about myself and been oh my God, what does this mean? It doesn't mean anything. It just means that people are fucking assholes. And I just hate that this is an experience that so many of us have to go through just because we are not what people are attracted to. It's weird. Honestly, it's odd. But what can we do?
When you see one of these women, you guys got to learn how to pass right by them. You don't even stare at them. Just walk right past them. Don't even say hello. Don't even say, hey, what's up? What time is it? Nothing. Just walk right past these chicks. Because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for weak men that are going to give them attention and give them all their money and resources, everything they have. You guys got to watch out with people like that. So stop acting weak, man. To them, you guys are weak when you do that. And they're looking at you guys like a sucker. They're looking at you guys like a walking ATM. That's what they're looking at you guys as. Have a good one.
so I'm probably gonna get shit for this video, but honestly, I don't care. I'm gonna make it anyway. I wanna talk about guys that reject hot chicks and then slum, meaning you dated a hot girl and then decided that hot girl was not for you and are now dating a girl that is not nearly as hot. Obviously, there can be a lot of factors as to why you reject a hot girl. This is just a very broad generalization, but I'm gonna say it. I think the main reason that men reject hot women is because they don't want to have to work that hard. I mean, I think it's no secret that hot chicks tend to have higher expectations and higher standards than maybe less attractive women. I know how that sounds. It sounds really bad, but I think it's just because, again, hot chicks are just used to being treated a certain way. So I do think oftentimes when attractive men meet attractive women, they're almost like, crap, I'm actually gonna have to put in a lot of work here. Whereas girls that are less attractive just don't require that much work. To be clear, I think that you guys should be putting in work for whoever you are dating, no matter what they look like. But I think that girls that are less attractive, I mean, they're gonna be more likely to just accept you for how you are. They're gonna appreciate you more. They're going to demand less. They're gonna make you feel better about yourself. Again, obviously, I'm sure that it's like you could break up with a hot chick because she's just an asshole. But if that were really the case, then why wouldn't you date another hot girl afterwards? And yes, I understand that obviously other things than looks are more important, and you could have matured and realized like, hey, I actually want to date somebody that I have shit in common with and makes me laugh and that's smart and cool and not just hot. But there are hot girls that have good personalities and that are smart and cool and you have things in common with too. They're just higher maintenance. I get it, you're gonna call me shallow and all of that, but I'm just calling it like I see it. Am I crazy? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me for more tips.
She's like, what does a girl need to do to like get some attention from it? Here I am again, looking nice in Central Park, ready for nobody to come and talk to me. And there is a bit I see in guys, and I see sort of in myself, this sense of, well, what did he think was going to happen? When you said that the male gaze is toxic, when you said that any attention from a man to a woman, 20% of Gen Z say that a man approaching a woman in person always or usually constitutes harassment.
Mm-hmm.
Men already had approach anxiety. It was about overcoming approach anxiety, the single scariest thing that a man ever has to do, because rejection feels like fucking existential pain. So you had in one breath women who were very attractive saying, I wish that men would approach me more. Mm-hmm. And you think, okay, so in one breath, you're saying we, women, want guys to approach us more. Mm-hmm. And in the other, there is an app that's number 2 on the App Store that is dedicated to warning women off of men for how dangerous they are with substantiated and unsubstantiated claims. Trying to just blend these two worlds together, it did feel a little bit like the inverse of luxury beliefs, that I don't know whether many of the really attractive women would be on the app submitting their rumors.
And if you are an 8, a 9, or a 10, this is why you cannot date an ugly man. And this is important even if you are maybe a 4 or a 5, but you're dating a man that usually only dates like 1s and 2s. This still applies to you, so pay attention. Men that are unattractive, that end up in relationships with women that are incredibly attractive, will not do right by those women. Men that are unattractive, that end up in relationships with women who are above average in their attractiveness and their beauty, they will not, in almost 100% of cases, they're not going to do right by you. Okay, and here is why. This is also why in that video I made about the types of men that you should avoid when dating, and the very last thing I said was that if his ex looked worse than you, or she was a mud duck, if she was ugly, don't date him. This is why. Men are ego driven. Okay, they are not as tapped into their emotions and their feelings as women are, and especially when it comes to dating. When it comes to dating, men want to get the most bang for their buck for the least amount of effort and the least amount of energy and the least amount of money. Okay, meaning that they want to, within their social status and within their range of motion, you know, depending on the type of motion that man has, that man wants to try to get the most bang for his buck. And if he's an unattractive man, he understands that being a an unattractive man is not going to get him, in most instances, a supermodel type woman or a gorgeous woman. He knows that he's going to have to settle. He doesn't want to, but he knows that he is, because most attractive women are not going to give an ugly man a chance. Okay? So what happens is, when you are the type of woman that is, you're keyed into your emotions, and you decide, hey, I'll go on this date with this guy that's less attractive. You talk to him, you get to know him. You begin to tell yourself, well, I can look past his unattractiveness because he has some qualities that I find attractive. That's where you're going to go wrong, because trust and believe you me, a man is never going to look past your unattractiveness and look at your qualities. He's not going to do that. He's going to say, well, I know like she's got these good qualities, but this woman over here looks better. So he's going to still, if he has an opportunity to be with that woman that looks better, if she gives him a chance, he's gone. Okay. But women, often we make concessions, right? Because we're like, oh, well, he's nice. I mean, he's not a looker, but he's this or he's that. You cannot afford to do that, because once a man feels as though he has attained you in some way, okay, whether it's you say like, yeah, we can start dating, or yeah, I'll be your girlfriend, or whatever the case may be. Some of y'all even marry these men, okay? You are going to see that man slip into a different attitude with you. You're going to see his ego, you're going to see his energy shift, and he's going to step into ego-driven behaviors. He's going to start to feel like he needs to control you, because he understands that attractiveness-wise, he doesn't have what it takes to keep you, and he's going to start to become jealous. That's number one. He may even start to try to make you feel less than, because he feels less than, because at the end of the day, he knows that you are going to still attract a lot of attention because of who you are. And he knows that that presents competition for him, and he doesn't want that. Okay. Number two, that man is literally going to become so delusional, and he's going to be like, wait a minute, if I could get her, then maybe I could get. So say you're an 8, right? And you decide that you're going to give this guy a chance, and he sees a 9 or a 10 out. He's gonna probably, whereas before he wouldn't have had the balls to even speak to her, but he's gonna go up to her, he's gonna do whatever or say whatever, he's gonna buy her a drink when he sees her sitting there by herself, because he feels like he's got a little confidence up under his belt because you gave him a chance. So you really, really, really have to keep that in mind, ladies, when you are dating these men. If he is not on your level, don't date him. Just don't do it. You will save yourself the heartache. I know that we've been sold that whole Beauty and the Beast thing, right? That whole thing that Disney sold us, like, oh, well, the beauty can go with the beast, and he's gonna like treat her like a princess and put her up in a castle. No. When the beauty goes with the beast, he abuses her, he misuses her, he mistreats her, he cheats on her, he lies to her, he tries to break her down, and he tries to humble her. That is the reality of what happens when the beauty goes with the beast, because most men have not achieved self-mastery. And even if that man has decent qualities, if you are above and beyond in your attractiveness in comparison to him, he will always feel inferior, and he will always do something, whether it's covert, like cheat on you and you don't know, right? So that he feels like he has the upper hand, or he knows in the back of his mind he has something on you, or he will be very overt in his actions and try to belittle you, because he needs to feel like he's up here because he's the man and you're the woman. Trust what I'm saying. Like I said, save this video, share it, okay? And keep this in your mind when you're dating these men. Don't ever date a man that is well below looks in comparison to you.
They get some lip gloss, some lashes, some extensions, get their nails done, and they start talking stupid. All of a sudden, they're the expert. All of a sudden, they're a guru. Single women keeping women single is what this is. Another loser, basically. So many words, just loser, man. Just vexes my spirit, just losers. Over and over again. Even for the 5s and the 6s or something like that, you're literally average. You're average. A lot of you, if you take that makeup off, you're average. You're an average person. And this is why I say nobody cares what you said. Because you're a loser. You're an average person. An average everyday person. It's crazy to me how y'all continue to put yourselves in the category of beautiful and y'all are not really that great looking. Y'all don't really look that good if we're honest. If we're honest about it. You don't look that great. At some point in time, shutting up has to be an option for you. Being quiet has to be an option for you.
Baby, if I already ha-ha'd your story like 47 times and I'm hearting all your little pictures and breaking my finger, like, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because you're making, I feel desperate now.
It really fucking sucks being an attractive and kind woman when it comes to dating, because I feel like you just get taken advantage of. Something interesting I've noticed about every single man who's told me that they feel lucky that I am beautiful and kind, because apparently it's so rare to find sweet, beautiful women, all end up ghosting me or putting in less effort than other guys. At this point, I just feel disappointed and offended whenever men tell me that I'm attractive and nice as a compliment, because it just sounds like they're saying I'm not demanding, so they won't have to put in as much effort, because that's literally what's been happening every time they tell me that.
I just want to say thank you to the man I see on my walk every single day who doesn't even acknowledge my existence, which I know the bar is in hell. It's in hell. And that is the bare minimum men should be doing, just leaving women alone. But I walk 4 to 6 miles a day and I am never left alone. There's always someone honking, yelling out of a car window, trying to stop me to make conversation. It is such a breath of fresh air to just be ignored. It is one less person I have to be worried about while I'm out here.
I like a guy that could be around me and not pay me no mind. You could be a regular dude, a dude with mad bread, whatever it is. When I walk in the room, you like, what's up?
Regular.
And it's regular. And I'm like, oh, what he don't like about me?
So to get you, you gotta ignore you. But then when I get you, I gotta want you. Yeah,
Absolutely. Or you're going to get punched in the throat.
Period.
Y'all always doing that shit. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Like, as a woman, see, look at your face. How it's all scrunched up. Like I'm about to say some dumb shit, right? That's exactly what we talking about. Y'all gotta stop saying that shit. It's shit nutty.
Decenter men, and yet all they do is talk about how they've decentered men and they don't care about men and men ain't shit and man this, man that. But no, baby, totally decentered men by making your entire personality now centered around hating men. How does that work? How does that work?
Some man hit on me in the grocery store today, or he was trying to. Like, oh, you're so beautiful. And I just looked at him and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Just looking at him dead in the eye. No, I said, I think, oh, it's interesting that you think that. I've been practicing lately this, just like giving men like nothing to work with. Because, they're already like really bad conversationalists most of the time anyways. But if you kind of act like it's never happened to you, like you've never been hit on before, if someone's like, can I get your number? And you're like, for what? Oh my gosh, why? This guy just had to give up and start asking me about like what I was buying, because he was like, If you interrupt any pattern with men, like usually they'll like glitch out, I find. I mean, most people, but men especially. But also this works with men in your life, like just listening to them. And look, I think women need to start behaving differently. I hate to say this because they're half the species, but men waste a lot of our time. They're like abusive and weird. It's just like, oh, not you talking to me. I feel like we need to present as something otherworldly, which we are. Just like, oh, is that what you think? Oh, you just wanted to share your thoughts. And just like leave it there with them. Just go, wonderful, and then you just walk away. So why are you talking to random women? I saw you, I liked you, and I want you. It's a flower or a tree. Like, am I expecting them to say thank you back? So I'm like, you're so beautiful, babe. Probably just like, okay, girl, glad you think that. Moving along. Oh, also not looking at them when you talk to them. Or worse, like looking right through them. But this is like a hard one to do. That takes practice. Because actually, even woman to woman, if you give the wrong woman a compliment and she just looks at you like, doesn't say anything, and you're just like, ooh, I feel like an idiot. Which you should not. But maybe men, I think men should. Sometimes. A lot of the time. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry, because even you good ones, you're not doing enough work to get rid of the bad ones.
So when I think back to all of the guys that have actually approached me like in the wild and it actually worked, this is the common denominator of why I think it actually worked. And if you want more videos on how to understand women and what attracts us, hit that follow button. The first is they all like kind of caught me off guard. Like I wasn't, out with my friends at night, like looking cute. Like if anything, I was like, like one time I was out on a treadmill and the guy was like on the treadmill next to me. And so like my guard was down. Like I wasn't expecting to be approached. That headspace, I was just much more open to receiving. The second thing is that they never mentioned like my looks. Like it wasn't like a, hey, I think you're really cute. If anything, they started the approach with like a question pertaining a situation or the environment that we were in. What is this stupid hair? One time I was in another country and I was just walking around and this guy was like, hey, are you American? And we ended up getting into a conversation. He found out I was Jewish and was like, oh, Jewish, like took my hand, spun me around, was like, I like that. All of them started with a question that led into a conversation, which kind of leads me to my third one, which is, none of them had this like dependency on the outcome. Like their validation wasn't going to live and die with my approval of them or like my response to the cold approach. Like they were going to have a good time no matter what.
In response to all of these like marriage camps that the Heritage Foundation wants people to go to, if you're unmarried, you're gonna go to a marriage camp and like basically be forced to get married. I wish everyone just realized like the reason why nobody's getting married anymore is men's fault. It's not women's fault. I myself am not married. I would be married if men knew how to act right. And I know every one of my single girlfriends would probably be married for the most part if men knew how to act right. And instead we like blame it on the women, but it's the men's problem. First of all, men do not know how to deal with their emotions. The amount of like men who I know who are still single, it's because they're like Peter Pan syndrome and just like emotionally stunted. Like we've not taught men how to keep growing and evolving and how to like build partnerships for the most part. And that's why you have this epidemic of male loneliness. And on top of that, they're really useless now. Like women have to go and do everything themselves already, and then men still want to be taken care of. So like, I don't know how many men I've dated who like want the princess treatment of some sort, and it's so incredibly frustrating. Which just makes women be like, okay, great, what can you bring to the table? Nowadays, nothing. Men bring almost nothing to the table that I can't provide for myself. And all women are recognizing that. So the issue is not, but I think all women would like to have a partner. Like we love this idea of a romance. Like I would love a man who acts right to like sweep me off my feet. Who wouldn't? All of my friends probably would, but it's the men's fault. And I just hate that we keep blaming it on the women. So you know what? Instead of marriage camps, let's just do like a male boot camp and like have men learn how to be functioning members of the society.
Why men hesitate to approach women? Because the cost of getting it wrong is so much higher than the reward of actually getting it right. Because rejection is usually public now. You don't know if she's filming you. She posts it on social media, goes viral, and everyone looks at you as a creep or some other terminology. All because you thought she was pretty and wanted to buy her a dinner or something. She'll also say no. Because the rules are inconsistent. What works for one man doesn't work for another. What works with one woman does not work for another. So every interaction for him is eggshells. And not only that, but he's supposed to approach it confidently. How do you be confident with something where the rules are constantly changing? Because men are told to be bold, but also don't bother her, don't harass her, don't make her feel uncomfortable. Well, what does that even mean? Because men genuinely don't want to ruin your day or interrupt your reading or interrupt your scrolling. So they're not going to risk approaching you.
Honestly, like, if I thought that I would be publicly shamed online if I approached a man, I probably wouldn't do it either. So obviously there are nuances to the situation, like people who inappropriately approach women or do it in a derogatory way or do it in a disrespectful way, of course. We're not really speaking about that. We're talking about just men not wanting to talk to women in public because they're scared they're going to get trashed online. And as women, I think we really need to acknowledge our behavior in this cycle. You know, if we continue to, berate men online and talk about how, a guy approached you and he was ugly and you're going to make fun of him and do all this stuff on the internet, don't complain when men have this genuine fear of approaching women in public anymore. So thank you for leaving this comment. I think it is really important to talk about that because it's really, truly come across my desk multiple times in the last few weeks. And it's something that I've actually wanted to talk about. And the more that I speak to men and the more that, I listen to men who mentor young men, especially, this is what the genuine fear is.
Yeah, and because they've grown up with women that probably did that from a young age. If you guys are Gen Z watching the channel, did you ever have an experience where someone in your class was blasted online at like middle school or high school?
So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked this in a TikTok last week, and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men. This post was no shade to men, and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking. I love men. I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of the responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told...
Yeah, the men are like, you guys are gaslighting us. You guys said stop, so we stopped. You didn't like the cat calling, we stopped. And now you miss it. The audacity. The audacity.
That you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you. Which for some women, that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that it takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online. And we're also saying things like they were called creeps and weirdos, and they don't want to be called that. It's not a pleasant experience. But I will say that it has to do with how you approach a woman.
Yeah, she doesn't know anything. It has to do with how hot you are. Sorry, fellas.
Like, for example, myself and my friends have had men come up to us with a really, really intense energy, like a very in-your-face energy, and they're really nervous, and they're kind of scattered, and they're very pushy or weird, and their energy is just off. And one of the most attractive things to a woman is emotional intelligence, and that shows within like the first few seconds of meeting someone when they introduce themselves to you. So if you're gonna go up to a woman, just like take a calm, deep breath. If you see a woman working on her laptop or something at a cafe, you can go up to her and be like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I thought you were really beautiful and you seem interesting. I would love to get to know you more if you're interested. And then slipping her your number on a napkin or something, you know? Like just coming up to women with a calm energy and not giving off this like needy energy or this like pushy energy. I think that is what women don't like. I think it's really sweet and cute to be approached in person, and I know that there's a lot of women like me. There's probably some women out there who don't want to be approached, and that's fine.
I think it's your tone too. Like it's like if they come up with a soft tone, we register that as like you're a bit, it's hard. We don't have to do it, so I have no idea what it is in a man's shoes, but I watch a lot of the PUA, like TikToks of them approaching women, and it seems like it's a lot tone.
And it's hard to tell who's who, but I think you can tell when you go up to a girl kind of right away if she'd be interested or not based on her body language, and just be calm.
Yeah. You guys don't want to hear women's thoughts in approaching. You're like, you don't know shit. Okay, but let me know what you think in the comments. Have you ever approached in person? If so, how did that go for you? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like the video, subscribe. I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Pick a clip, any clip, honestly, truly. There's a few in here where the woman is actually saying something that makes a whole lot of sense. But, for the most part, pick a clip. Modern women are going to be talking stupid. They're going to be saying stupid stuff. And you're going to get frustrated by them saying stupid stuff, but you really don't need to. Just take them and place them in the bucket of a loser, and they'll handle the rest. They're all losers in that bucket, so they'll take care of each other. Oh, you trying to become a winner? I'll pull you back down and you'll remain a loser. Oh, it looks like you're trying to do something and trying to take accountability. I'll pull you back down and you'll remain a loser. Oh, it looks like you're trying to apologize to your boyfriend. What are you doing? I'm going to pull you back down. You're going to be here with us, loser.